good Gucci. So I know in my usual content I'm like throwing a shit fit about something or just shit posting, but today I decided to do something a little different. I actually have quite the affinity for music, and I felt like I could probably make a pretty decent video talking about a musical opinion of mine. So I'm going to throw my hat in the ring of the wonderful community of YouTube music reviewers. And I'm going to talk about my 10 favorite Pavement songs. What's the easiest thing that you could say about Pavement? They're really the most influential band in their entire genre. They kind of lay the groundwork for what indie rock became with albums like Slanted and Enchanted and Crooked Rain, Crooked Rain. I got into them in middle school, 7th or 8th grade, through this very record. This is actually the third record I ever bought on vinyl, second or third, I don't know. I know the first was the Velvet Underground's Loaded, and Fugazi's In on the Kill Taker was somewhere in there. But Pavement has always held a very special place in my heart because they're the type of band that can make serious music and can make goofy music and can make them both at the same time, and they are by and large taken seriously, and that is a really commendable thing about them. I think they're one of the most important bands to ever exist, and I love their signature sound and guitar tone. Stephen Malcolm's vocal delivery is just my favorite in music, almost. I love his lyricism. I love all these records so much, and I thought it would be really fun to do top 10 list of my favorite songs. For old school fans, I'm sorry, Slanted and Enchanted just is my least favorite of the Pavement discography. The lo-fi and kind of overblown sound works on a Guided by Voices record, but for Pavement, it isn't their sound. The guitars are clean and they're twinkly, and Malcolmus just doesn't sound like Malcolmus on Slanted and Enchanted, man. He doesn't have his persona yet, I think. That's why Crooked Rain is so damn good. Let's start at number 10, a song from Wowee, Zowee, actually my favorite Pavement record, Best Friend's Arm. This song's erratic and weird and probably like the worst song on the record, if I'm being honest, but it's so damn fun. Every time it turns on, I just get a big fucking smile on my face because it's just a party. I love how Steven's vocals are usually very calm and stilted, but in this song he's screaming every line. He's not quite on tempo right. You can hear spiral stairs going, I can see, I can see, I can see, I can see, over his just fucking ramblings. It's a really great track, and I never ever skip it. At number 9, this is the only song from Terror, Twilight, one of the more underwhelming records in the discography, Spit on a Stranger. This is one of the first songs I heard by them. It's just really calming, it's nice, it's got a really great sound to it. I mean, it kind of has this like end credits to a 90s movie vibe, but it's a really good 90s movie, I think. Next is also from Wowee, Zowee. I just want to point out, if you're going to print records, don't do this. If you're going to have 2 LPs, make a fucking gatefold, because it just ends up stretching this shit out, and gatefolds look nicer. I mean, come on. Wowee, Zowee deserves a fucking gatefold, but I digress. Shit. At&T. This is just, it's one of those songs that if you take them outside of the context of Wowee, Zowee, it's not that exciting of a song, but in the entire context of the album, it's always a highlight for me. I love Malcolmus's kind of hushed vocals over the very kind of soft and almost acoustic sounding guitars. I mean, everything about this song is very soft and timid. I love the lyrics. Maybe something's gonna save me, my heart's made of gravy. And it's just the type of lyricism that I expect from him. And it's just another one of those songs that I always love. There's never a moment I'm like, I'll skip At&T today.
Maybe someone's gonna save me. My heart is made of gravy.
Next is the opener to Crooked Rain, Silence Kid. I guess to me, this song's so special, one, because it kind of has this, as a fan of classic rock going into Pavement, I was definitely turned on by this sound. I love the overblown, distorted guitars and the open chords. I love the drumming. Pavement has a really underrated drummer, I think. I love the falsetto vocal that Malcolmus does to lead into the actual chorus. I love the refrains and the bridge at the end. I mean, it's just a really well-constructed song. Pavement wasn't really known for strong structure, I don't think, but this is a song that can be held against that, because it's a multifaceted, very interesting rock song that has a lot of energy and charisma to it. And it's got a killer hook. Next is also from Crooked Rain. It's Cut Your Hair. I mean, this is probably, if you're watching this and you haven't heard Pavement before, this is the song that I would recommend you look at first. This is my first Pavement song. I instantly fell in love with the band because of it. It is the type of song that when you think of Pavement, you probably think of Cut Your Hair. You think of that little hook. You know, it's unforgettable. Darling, don't you go and cut your hair. Do you think it's gonna make them change? Next is kind of an odd choice, and I think the reason why I pick it is it's from Wowee Zowee. Wowee Zowee is one of the more interesting records in the Pavement discography. I would say the most interesting. The best thing I could equate it to is kind of like the Beatles' White Album, where there's a lot of songs on it. Not a lot of the songs have the same tone. They're all really great, but they're also all kind of a fucking mess. And that's the best thing about Wowee Zowee. That's why it's so intriguing to listen to. But Grounded starts off with this like explosions in the sky-ass guitar phrase, and it just builds and builds in this crescendo. It's super post-rock. The first time I listened to it, I listened to Crooked Rain, and then years passed before I listened to any other Pavement record. I was already into post-rock, like Godspeed and Explosions, and I listened to Grounded off that, and I was floored by how it sounded. It was such a different sound than anything I had heard on Crooked Rain, which is kind of just like a straight indie pop rock record. But it's got a pretty long intro, and it's really cool. I mean, the rest of the song is great. It's got this very moving, kind of lurching beat to it. It's definitely a slow burner kind of song. But the best thing about this song is definitely the intro. And every time I listen to it, I'm like, this is such a fantastic intro. It's so pretty sounding. And everyone gets annoyed by me talking about it.
Doctor's leaving for the holiday.
From Crooked Rain again. We've got Gold Sounds. I mean, this is just another one of those iconic Pavement songs. It's kind of basic to put it in your top 10 list. But I feel like this song is universally loved. There's really nothing you can say negatively about Gold Sounds. It's such a beautiful, touching, heartfelt song. And it comes up on the perfect point of the record. And I love the lines like, you can never quarantine the past. That's a beautiful sentiment. The guitars sound the best they have ever sounded on any Pavement record on Gold Sounds. I will put my foot down and say that.
Go back to those gold sounds and keep my advent to yourself, because it's nothing I don't like.
Next we got from Brighten the Corners, which I don't own on vinyl, sadly. Hint, hint, gift idea, hint, hint. Stereo. Stereo is probably not to like the general public, but to me it's extremely iconic in when I think of Pavement. This is actually the first song that I think of because of the opening lines. They're kind of like slurred and mumbled into the microphone.
Pigs tend to wiggle when they walk. The infrastructure rock and the owner hates to adjust with the agents in the face.
And the song is just sporadic and weird and unabashedly fun. And those are probably the three words I would use if someone was like, hey, what's Pavement like? It's that.
Pigs, they tend to wiggle when they walk. The infrastructure rots, and the owners hate the jocks with their agents and their dates.
The last two songs are both from Wowee Zowee because it's my favorite fucking Pavement record. Rattled by the Rush, it's just a really awesome, angular, kind of mathy riff slowed down. It's got a cool time signature to it, but it doesn't stop it from being catchy. I love the little burst of harmonica that come in. It's super energetic. It's got a really explosive chorus, and the music video is really awesome too. Actually, look up all the songs on this top 10 list, because I think most of them have music videos. Pavement music videos are the fucking shit.
Drowning for your thirst.
And number one... Father to a sister of a thought. I love this song so much. I love the aching guitar chords. I love the slide guitar that goes over it. I love the refrain chorus. I love every single lyric that's written in this song. I love the vocal delivery. I love the drums. I love the bass riff. Everything about this song is absolutely flawless, completely fantastically put together. Every single time I listen to this song, I love it more and more and more. When I thought of a top 10 Pavement songs list, this immediately was like, that's the number one.
Rotten device, I'll say it twice. I'm too much, I'm too much.
I understand that my list is not going to be the same as everyone else's, and I recommend if any of this sounds interesting to you, look up Pavement. And if you've heard of Pavement and you think my list is fucking whack, tell me yours, dipshit. Don't just get angry about it. Tell me why Slanted and Enchanted should be respected. Anyway, I'm bored. Have a good one. God bless.